Skibidi. No music, stop playing. Anyway, hi chat. Hello Silver, hello Vex, I see y'all. Let me quickly switch to the correct. What do you mean, what the fuck, Astra? Come on! Also, why am I hearing Discord notification sounds? What the fuck? Y'all heard that? I think I'm going crazy finally. Alright, let's put up the game. I didn't hear any Discord sound unless it was me sending a real meme. Yeah, but that's because I'm always on occupied, right? I'm always on busy, so I should not have any sounds. We're back to Citizen Sleeper. We helped some people on the flotilla. How are you all doing, by the way? I only have 2 points. The mushrooms are cooking. Let's see. What can I do here on the Clumbing Briar? Okay, right, I need to find a flux data. Flux data for peak. Shoot. Yeah. In some Mario power-up. I did my groceries today. I thought the price was gonna be abysmal, but thankfully I didn't spend that much, thankfully. Let's see, any flux? There you go. Flux node. I can. Shrimp check. Straight my back. My sister came from back for a grocery trip. Huh. I just went there to buy some, like a bit of some veggies. Usually I buy a single leek. I am one person and a single leek lasts me a few days because I keep cutting just a certain portion of it whenever I have to make a dish with it. But, you know, I just got myself, instead I got myself a zucchini because there were no leek. So, you know, got myself some lettuce, I got myself some pasta to like stock up a bit, some lentils, and I got myself some like comfort snacks because listen, my baby making organ is trying to kill itself right now. I'm allowed to spoil myself, okay? Where's the last one? There you go. Is BM matching? Yes, perfect. Astra is a robot that is constantly on solo shock mode. I don't know how to turn it off. Oh, yeah, it's just that, you know, I was built with faulty mechanisms. Yeah, I got myself my little comfort snacks, which are, I mean, they're called trésors here where I live, but I think in English they're called Crave cereals. They're like they're a Kellogg cereal, and it's just basically corn cereal filled with chocolate, and they drive me fucking crazy, man. They drive me insane. I love that shit so much. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna buy myself, not buy, I'm gonna get myself some scraps. Alright, time to sleep. I forgot to put the fucking data to peak anyway. Let's go anyway. Every time there's a character that's about to speak, I have to yawn. I don't know why. It's like psychosomatic at some point or whatever. It's like a what do you call it? Pavlov. Yeah, it's a Pavlov thing now. Oh, you see text? Yawn. You watch as Peak works on the flux data. The nodes unfolding like flowers now, giving in to Peak's increasingly sophisticated decoding protocols. Seeing data like this, as an image on a screen, is an almost unrecognizable representation to you. It is nothing like swimming among nodes and threads. Despite this, Peak has proven themselves to be more than able to handle these complex data structures, even though this limited representational paradigm. The bay door hisses, interrupting your flow of thoughts. You turn to see Eshi entering. Eshi! She looks and meets your eye. It doesn't respond. Eshi stalks into the bay, head down, looks tired, and not in a mood to talk. How's the weapon hunt? Peak asks, without turning from their screens. Slow. Unsuccessful. Wow, I am fumbling my words. Night. As usual, I am always fumbling my words. So, unsuccessful. Listen. Okay, I'm trying. Swear to God. Unsuccessful. Unsuccessful. Tedious. As she slams a bag down a crate and hops to sit on it. Shut up. Shut up, you nerds. You still unpicking balls of yarn? The sleepers help. Peak smiles. They brought me some good stuff this cycle. Maybe I could help you find the weapons you were smuggling. The opposite of a good suck. The nut goes back in the dick. This is foul. This is vile. Wow, not even 10 minutes in this game and I'm already ruining the whole atmosphere. It's clear that Eshi doesn't appreciate Peak's tone. Don't haven't each half them? Yep, Eshi replies. At least until we're fine with her keeping them. Shit, again, I completely misread that sentence. Eshi! He cuts in without looking away from the console. It's not a good idea. This is my mistake, Peak. I'll fix it how I want. Eshi folds her arms. How they just lost a cordon, equipping them with weapons is not something I want to have been responsible for. Peak holds up a hand. Shh! They lean in towards the screen. Son of a... What? They hit in the wake of the wave! Peak is whispering to themselves. It's alive! They lean back in their chair. As she crosses over to look at the screen. Alive? Well, it's growing. It's processing. It's quietly working away in the dark. Look! Cross over to the screen and stand beside Eshi. In it you can see that Peak has all 4 nodes decoded. And the pattern of shadows from inside them sit on the screen like dark stains. Then you notice it. The movement. The thin threads cross from one stain to another. As you watch, you notice that the movement only ever happens in your peripheral vision. As if this thing, this shadow, knows it is being watched. This is how the other flux nodes appeared. Peak rubs their eyes. They weren't fluxed by the wave, they were corrupted after the fact. This thing, this shadow that entered in the wake of the wave, it corrupted them. It made the corruption look like the result of the flux. The sleight of hand. Peak runs a hand through their hair. The flux wave is so massive, so complex that it opens up the system to be attacked. As it reconfigures exposed systems, this shadow it broadcasting implanted inside. The wave from the can't channel is a brute force way of hitting every system in Helion. Once systems are vulnerable, Peak looks pale. Their eyes reflect the screens. The flux isn't what is attacking the system. It's the siege weapon. Trojan horse. Then this thing takes over. Peak sits back in their chair. And it's already on the eye. Wait. As she rubs her forehead. You're telling me that there's a can channel in the system? Shit. Peak isn't listening. This is bad. We have to take this to someone. Peak looks desperate at you. Shit. Helen is definitely the person who's qualified because she would have an age. And, like, because what is Soul gonna do? You know, like, yeah, he probably knows stuff about it, but he's basically part of a ragtag flotilla. But Helene, if she can actually convince the higher-ups that have an age, I think Helene is qualified for that. Is that wise? As she cuts in. Have an age haven't exactly made good decision lately. They are in the station administration, is she? Peak is desperate. They need to know! The argument rages between them. As you watch them shouting, you feel sick. After a while, they stop, running out of things to say. An unsettling silence descends on the bay. I need more time, Peak says quietly. I need to look at solutions, try to build a case, collect the evidence. Mess this up? They look down at their hands. As she goes to speak, and then thinks better of it. Not a word, sleeper. Peak meets her eye. Don't tell anyone until they are ready. They sigh. The tension among the refugees Soul won't be ready to hear this, and Helene and Heaven Age are still mired in some kind of crisis. We tell Heaven Age they are likely to react badly, and if we tell Soul, I doubt he'll take it well either. We can call the situation the flotilla, then we can choose. You're too twisted up in this, Peak, as she says quietly. This is not our place. We don't owe... Stop. Eshi. Peak slumps in their chair. Stop. We leave them like that, exhausted and troubled, and head back out into the pilgrim seed. When you close your eyes and think of those shadows, that movement at the edge of your vision, something dark, something growing the station like a parasite. You feel sick. Your vision blurs. What comes next? You stop in a corridor and take a breath, putting a hand on a rumbling metal wall. For now, the eye keeps spinning. For now. You realized what, Silver? Oh, great point! Fuck yeah! Let's see. Endure, strength of will... Let's see. What's the scrap stuff again? Yes, endure. I figured that was endure. Hello, cat. Oh, hey, cat. Just working on my personality stream. It's okay. You missed a terrible joke from me, cat. You're lucky. Endure. Alright, I'm gonna grade that one. I need to eat some food, so I'm gonna... Hi Silver, and hi Cat, and hi Vex, and hi everybody. Alright. Alright, here we wait. Then nothing but sleep and clean for past 2 days. I'm trying to be a good human and do something other than sleep and clean. Oof. Yeah. In a while, I still have no luck in terms of, like, jobs. It sucks so bad, man. Ah! This cycle is done. I'm gonna go to sleep and use some scrap to repair. Delay the inevitable. There is a loose crowd around the supplies you haven't loaded, and a tense mood brewing among them. Sit nearby, on the edge of the shuttle's docking tunnel, resting. Further away, crews from Ember's Song continues their lives as usual, coming and going, trading, discussing. There's a quiet efficiency to the hub. There was a common space for the swarm of small ships from Ember's Song that are part of the Dia. Like the heart of the steppe, there's no one capital ship. Refugees. Just a mass of individual traveling in concert. Hold on, let me kinda orient my microphone. It's kinda... There we go. We told Harv we didn't want their scraps. The jeering voice comes out of the small crowd nearby. Oh shit. You dare to see a gaunt, pale man, wearing the industrial work gear you have seen many of the Song refugees wearing. You hear me? These supplies are to help. Oh, how noble of you! Coming out to help us singers! There's a rumble of anger around the crowd. We agreed to join the flotilla for joint protection. We did not agree to Ember's Hearth using the flotilla to secure the control of the moons. You realize Peter is addressing the crowd as much as he is addressing to you. To cordon down, our crews are more than able to acquire what is needed for the eye. What is owed as restitution for keeping us restrained. He pats one of the crates you unloaded. What we need, we will take. I have a mistake. Then why are you delivering supplies for her? Peter laughs. You need to check your alliances, sleeper. Peter looks around the crowd. How think they can buy us? But we remember the past. A rumble of agreement runs through the crowd. He smiles at them. Take the supplies if you wish, of course. We're not wasteful. Peter approaches you directly. The crowd tentatively moves forward, and by the time he reaches you, they are already dragging away crates and distributing the contents. I'm not one for shooting the messenger, sleeper, says Peter as he approaches. But we cannot concede to Hearth here. Not for a moment. Let me out of it. You already put yourself in the middle of it, sleeper. Did you see that? Peter sits beside you on the dock in Tunnel's lip. What was your plan, Sleeper? Unload the supplies and wait for someone to start throwing them back at you? He nods at the crowd rifling through the crates. Because that's what was about to happen. What do you think happened to the crew of the shuttle? He shakes his head. They were chased out of this place. Why do they hate Herf? We, Heather says with emphasis, do not hate Herf. We simply do not trust them. Do you know anything about the Ember's moon, Sleeper? Or were you planning to wander into the flotilla totally blind? An objective outsider offering help. He rolls his eyes. Hate me then. He smiles. It will be my pleasure. I'm going to assume you know the basics. The gas giant Ember has 7 moons. 3 biggest are Ember's Step, Ember's Song, and Ember's Herf. He winks. Art or Herf? My brain is kinda... What? Hearth or... It's not heart, it's hearth, right? Like the hearth, you know, the fireplace thing. Well... Drink us water, I am thirsty. This game makes me very thirsty because speaking makes you thirsty. Consume water. 7 moons, blah blah blah. He winks. We can cover the 3 sisters next session. Step was the first to be settled. A contract old Solheim gave the Terraformers Cybele systems when they first claimed the Hylian system. That's way back when. Step was a testing ground. Like most testing grounds, it didn't turn out too well. Partial atmosphere slowly slowing off each orbit, a dysfunctional ecosystem, and a whole lot of dust clog settles. The place is a miserable desert long past its best before date. So, Cybele moved to Earth, where they redoubled their efforts. Subsurface ocean and some balmy tidal heating helped, allowing them to build a real atmosphere, a real habitable world, like that the typical Earth colonists won't ever let you forget. How did Cybele achieve such a thing, you might wonder? Well, that's where we come in. The same old rule of surrogacy, the one humanity built our universe around. Peter claps a hand to his chest in mock pride. My moon, Ember's Song, a sulfur-soaked rock covered in volcanoes, tightly heated by its inner orbit to sweltering temperatures, exactly the kind of crucible you need to fuel a terraforming project. Energy, industry, fuel... Some provide the raw materials for Earth, better primatics, willingly or not. And a crucible requires people to run it, us singers, pour into a flaming pit and ask to stoke it so others might live a paradise in the making. That's what we had to endure, until Solheim brought everything down. Peter rattles off his speech from memory, and you wonder how many times he has delivered it. No Solheim, no contract. No contract! No Cybele, and no Cybele meant 3 moons suddenly independent. Peter shakes his head. It was a war, Sleeper. Sometimes hot, sometimes cold. Unsurprisingly, Earth and Step came out of it better than us. Yet, Peter holds up a hand. They need us, Sleeper. Always have. And so, we are the linchpin. We are the center around which the moons orbit. Not swirling amber. Or versus takeovers, sieges and expansions. Now we'll resist this. And again, num-nums, barbecue nums, okay, bye-bye. Silver, enjoy your food. Second, let me also post on tumblr.com. See, there's an EP stream. Half of the people on these ships think the flux was caused by Earth, intentionally or otherwise, and I have to say, some cycles I agree. So, before you come here to hand out supplies like a good soldier, maybe educate yourself. What does that matter now? Peter shakes his head. You forgive crimes against yourself so easily, Sleeper? Would you return to the bosom of SMARP if they sent someone to collect? Peter stares at the crowd. Don't presume to judge us. I want you to imagine what it is like to try to live on an airless volcanic rock when every system that sustains you starts shutting down. He spits and wipes his sleeve across his mouth. We abandoned nothing. Some stayed, others left. We will reclaim Ember as soon as the flux phase or ends. We've weathered worse. Make chicken congee some reheating that stuff for the farm. Ooh, nice. The flotillas should be united. Have you been listening? Vader's voice raises immediately. We don't want to be united, Sleeper. Being united by Harv means living under them. I won't keep you from the docking access, Sleeper. No one here has the authority for that. But watch yourself here. Try to remember that the Eye is just another in the long list of people who have tried to control us. Vader sighs. Look, there are many, and we have many needs. Ships come to this docking access for repair, for requisitions, for friendship. We can provide these as well as any singer. If you want to help, help in your own name, Sleeper. Not in that of Harv. Peter shakes his head. Carry that name here and you will lose all trust. Be as we are. Act in your name alone. Peter puts a hand on your shoulder and stands. I hope I didn't just waste my time here, Sleeper. With that, he walks away, back to the shrinking crowd that is distributing the last of the supplies among the crews present. You watch them pass the food and water between them. No signs of conflict between the crews, just a careful distribution of resources. Later chat with a few crews, each of them casting looks in your direction, ones that reveal little about the sinker's intentions. You stand. It seems the tensions on the flotilla run much deeper than you expected. This won't be easy. Damn. How the fuck do I build a ship, man? Wait, is the game quiet? Oh. There we go. Why is my emote squished? Where else do I get shipmate fragments? Hmm. Maybe here? No, that's not the right one, right? Eh. There we go. I got lucky. Let me just. Hey, one upgrade point. See, I cannot upgrade anything yet, but um. Hmm. I'm hungry. I'll buy some. What am I doing? Shrooms. Moment. I'm checking something on twitter.com. What was that sound I made? Alright. But I cracked my knuckles. As you cross the axis, looking for a shuttle to take you back to the ruined cordon, you spot Peter, standing at the edge of the central hub. Something about the way he is leaning against the rail, looking down across the axis and towards the blinking lights of the flotilla beyond, makes you pause. He is completely still, his head drooping low and his shoulders hunched high. Maybe Astra was a citizen sleeper all along, the citizen robo, yeah. The Eep. Roach. You lean on the railing a little away from Peter, leaving a gap between you. This close, you can see the blank stare in his eyes, the way his hands hang limply in front of him. It takes a minute to notice you. Leaper, he inhales sharply. Still hanging around? You okay? Peter pauses. Not really. No. Peter closes his eyes. You can feel his mind whirring, thoughts refusing to be still. You know, sleeper, he says without opening his eyes. No one asked you to come here. Clenches his jaw. So why don't you just get lost? He looks directly at you. He stares a challenge. What's with you? Peter stands back from the railing. Who invited you, sleeper? Who said you could come here? You think because the Hearthers decide to name you their errand boy, we have to put up with you? We don't want you here! We don't need you! His eyes burn with rage. Go home, you stupid machine! A second after he shouts the final line, he collapses in on himself, staying upright, with all the energy going out of his body. He slumps back against the railing, his eyes close once more. You wait. For a while, he speaks. I'm tired, sleeper. Tired of everything. I'm tired of the empty paternalism of Earth. I'm tired of paranoid whining of the crews. I'm tired of the endless cycles that look the same, smell the same, feel the same. I'm tired of running, of hiding, of fixing every fucking shitty thing that breaks out here! His shout echoes a little in the hub, but few stop to look. He looks down at his feet. Well, don't fucking take it out on me, you asshole. Peter doesn't react. He stands. Going to go. Looks at you and sniffs. Get some sleep. Well. Peter nods slowly, turning away. He raises a hand and drifts away towards the center of the hub. Turn back to the railing, not wanting to watch him go. Seeing him like this, prefer not to stare. Traffic of the axis rumbles on as you watch. Under an endlessly shining sun, some air recycled through all these lungs, the sun dust gathering speck by speck on the windows. Take a sharp breath, stand straight, and get moving, before the inertia of it gets to you too. Ugh, that's depressing. I'm gonna sell these mushrooms and then eat some good food. I need to get more club heads. I mean, I'm still pretty good on pills, but, you know. Hell yeah, money. I got more money. Alright, how are things going, Little You're all good? You're all behaving well? Y'all not tearing each other's throats apart or some shit? Right? Y'all good? No. Oh, okay, I can do that. This one gives me more. Hey! Random scrap item. Wow, these rolls suck. A little bit better. Perfect. There he is, the guy with issues. Slaver! Peter calls to you as you cross the axis. He's standing by the same railing as you saw him last time, and he beckons you over. I've been hearing things. He gives you a sidelong look. Good things? Peter smiles. He's just a girl in the world. Mostly. He rubs his hands together nervously. You wait for him to speak. You know, Song, I was a teacher. Glances at you, anticipating a response. Really? Peter sighs. That sounds so surprised. Mechanical engineering, an essential subject on a moon where a single mechanical failure could mean the deaths of hundreds. He looks at the ground. The heat, the atmosphere, the radiation, all of it is hostile to us. My students knew this. Their work, training, was respected. As long as they were careful and respected Song themselves, they could have their choice of colony replacements. They were always in demand. That meant I was respected, surrounded by friends and colleagues, always able to call in favors and repay them like for like. Rounds. Some colonies are small, close-knit. Look after our own. Oh! EPDP. The flux events started hitting, colonies went dark overnight. We all knew what those kind of failures meant. Like always, we lost more people than any on the other moons. He balls his hands into tight fists. Not a single one of my students left Song. Ooh. Our future was just cut off. Like that. My future. He flexes his hands. Am I out of here? What use am I? Song is a fading memory, and the systems we built there are useless outside its orbit. How am I supposed to move on from here? He looks at you. Eyes still grey and glinting. Someone to teach. Peter pauses, thinking. Don't give up, do you, Sleeper? Just keep going. Peter shakes his head. You remind me of a student of mine. One who entered the program from one of the smaller colonies. They have the advantage of some of the others, but they were stubborn. Stubborn as hell. By the end of the program, they were the most skilled of their peers. They didn't get the best assignment, maybe because they didn't spend much time making the kind of connections that would help you get there. But that didn't matter, because I knew they would make the best of anything they set themselves to do. Peter is smiling now, quiet by a memory. Singers are stubborn, Sleeper. We aren't going to change easily. We won't forgive easily or take help easily. Hold strong. You can count on us for that. Peter stands from the railing. Sees Sol again. Can tell him that. Can tell him how the crews of Ember's Song operate. Tell him we will resist. That means resisting Harv's imperialist ambitions, so be it. If it means resisting the flux, so be it. And if it means to you, as we have, to help others resist those pressures, so be it. Peter smiles. Then, tell him to leave us alone. He turns, a step lighter, and heads off towards the center of the Axis hub. We did it! We have friendship! But first, let me get some stuff. Ah, shit. When you arrive at the bridge of the Pilgrim Seed, Sol is waiting for you. You wouldn't believe the messages that have been come through in the past few cycles, Sipler. Sipler. I cannot speak. He smiles. Sipler. Oh, let's stretch a bit. And yawn. The ship from Step has sent a goodwill gesture. A whole cache of supplies from their own farms, he smiles. I'm not sure how we'll use them, but the gesture is a welcome one. Song, meanwhile, are barely accepting supplies again. Although a little reticently, if I may say so. Soul smiles. I don't expect them to change anytime soon, he said. What I'm wondering, Sleeper, is what part you had in all this. Soul eyes you, waiting for an answer. I helped where I could. I've come to expect that of you, Sleeper, he smiles. You look at Soul, his eyes bright and eager. Wonder what he sees in you. Are you a tool to be used or an ally? That'll be hard to tell. I want to show you something. Soul squeezes your shoulder, turning you to face the lift. He leads you along the axis of the ship, towards the engines, the clanking of his suit accompanied by the constant hammering and welding that fills the echoey bulkheads of the pilgrim seat at all hours. With the cordon lifted and Shaw is able to go out and salvage scrap and barter for supplies, the ship has become a place of transformation, moving towards some state yet to be revealed to you. You look at Soul. What is his plan here? What is he preparing the Pilgrim City for? Or are his sharp eyes simply focused on making it through the next cycle? Suddenly, Soul stops in front of a huge bulkhead door, like the seal on the front of a dry dock hangar. He signals to someone in a cabin high up, attached to the wall. They begin the process of opening up. Pilgrim City was built as a short-range freight carrier, you know? Amber warning lights on the bulkhead door send spinning shadows across Soul's face. We built this ship... We built to ship the entire harvest from thousands of farms to the silos of Pesaro. When we realized we need to leave, it was the biggest ship we could muster. Soul wraps on a metal plate. And somehow, she's carried us all the way out here. You led the evacuation? Me? He laughs. Not even close. As a farmer, had a whole lot of land and people to run it. My people helped convert this place for the long trip. He looks at his feet. Rose led, organized the evacuation, and they made a plan. What happened? Not one of those folks made it. Saul rubs his forehead. We were in the black a long time before we got here, Sleeper. Things happen. We built this shippy on rock and roll. Oh. Alright, give me a second. I also need to do a few things on the sword. The upshot is, I was chosen to take over. I guess my crew trusted me, and I knew the ship. I argued, reminded them I'm no leader and that I'm sick, but, well, when the service chooses you, who the fuck pinged me? Yeah, no, I was pinging people instead. I was the pinger. The pinger. A loud klaxon sounds, indicating the bulkhead doors are ready to open. They groan and slide back, the metal squeals echoing through the vast ship, bouncing off its hard-plated walls. At first, all you see is darkness, then the lights go on. Number 15, the pinger. So you know Ping Ladia, he likes to make fucking Chill's impressions. He really likes to fucking do Chill's impressions, like, number 15. It's just... He's got the perfect voice for it, too. At first, all you see is darkness. Then the lights go on, in huge streets that stretch back and back as far as you can see. The space in front of you, a vast bay bigger than any of you have ever seen, is empty. When we left Earth, we didn't have the time or resource to convert the entire ship. Soul begins leading you into the massive space. So much of the freight space we sealed away. Shut down. But now we have time. We have resources. Stabilize here. At least for the moment. Soul turns to you. Now is the time we make use of this. What the fuck? What are you planning? My voice could go lower. I like to think I could make Chill's impression. Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your burger is someone's foot fungus. Honestly, if I saw that thing in my living room, I would stomp on it until it was a fine brown paste. What do you think happens next for the ice, Sleeper? Soul sighs. The flux has already hit one part of the station, and from what I know, will hit again. Herb lost everything. Number 15. This muffin looks awfully a lot like a hamster. Somebody baked a hamster into my muff. There isn't much time, Sleeper. There is one enough to do something. Think of the number of people who can fit on there. Farming stacks, the housing. Hell, we can plant some of those mushrooms you love so much. It's the way forward. The only way. We need to fill the ship with able bodies and heads for the Storewall Belt. That was our destination. Was till the flux hit here. Now it's just another stop. A lot of the chances were supply and salvage, but we need to go further out. I want you to help me. You know the eye, you have connections, and you can work hard. I've seen it. Soul meets your eye. I know you're like me, Sleeper. You didn't choose service, but it chose you. Other ways? No one go ahead, but I'm telling you. This is the opportunity we have now. No, it's a lot to think about, Sleeper. Trust me. Soul begins to lead you back out of the bay. Think of what we can do here. The flotilla can't last forever. We need more than just farmers to make this work. We need to build a new world for ourselves. Heard that out there in the bell there are people who have been sitting in this place since the collapse. Making something out of their own. It's our future. Tucked away in those rocks. Far from all this. Soul sighs. I didn't bring my people here just to let them die somewhere new. Soul crosses back over the threshold of the bay and signals for the operator to close it up. Soul groans, and Soul waits for it to stop. Think about it, Sleeper. Soul claps an arm on your back. Don't wait too long. This is happening soon. And he leaves you there, in the silence of this vast bay, your head spinning with the thought of leaving the eye. Oh boy. This is scary. I need one more point. Alright, so there's a purge. The final episode will begin when the clock below is complete. Good luck. Oh. Here we fucking go, fellas. I forgot what I was supposed to do. I was like, huh? Huh? What now? I'm gonna get more scraps. Wagwa. Hi again, Vex. indigenous angel, hi. How are you? A peek! Sleeper! Peek is waiting for you in the corridor. It's time. Peek looks pale and disheveled, with heavy marks under their eyes, and strands of hair sticking to their face. What? Peek smiles weakly. Nice try, but we can't dodge this. Peek holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. All the data I have compiled on the Flux event, the effects of the wave, and the structures that hide within. It's on here. Look at the tiny drive. Casket of dark secrets. I've annotated it to the best of my ability. Anyone should be able to understand the threat, potential in this. Peek sighs. It makes for grim reading. The intervention? The eye will suffer a cascading collapse of systems, much like the colonies of Ember's moons. Version? Peek grimaces. That's what I'm still working on. Peek looks at the drive. His shadow in the flux, this protocol, is so hard to pin down. It adapts to any countermeasure I have tried to deploy. It's like trying to hold water in a cage. It slips straight through. There has to be a way. Peek closes her hand around the drive. We need help, Sleeper. It's about everyone on the station, they sigh. We have to set up a meeting to tell someone who can do something about this. Lean? Perhaps. Peek pauses. If anyone can protect the eye, it's Heaven Age. Their internal politics will make it hard for them to act. Will they even listen to us? Perhaps. Peek adds thoughtfully. We've been thinking about this all wrong. Peek eyes glance. Why make a choice when we can tell both of them? Why pick a side when the only side in this entire thing is one we all need to take? Peek speaks as they think, the words barely keeping pace with their thoughts. My god, a smiley bomb, but it spins. We need to resist this together. We will fail. We need everyone on board, Sleeper. Peek smiles. That's the only way. We send the data to Buff. Alright. Peek smiles. I'm glad you see it too. They look away. Another Flux event is coming. I'm sure of it, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can survive without help. Peek opens her hand and holds his drive out for you to take. I hate to do this, Sleeper. I can't. No Soul. No Helene. Trust you. Them, I'm just another spacer. You're part of this place. Hearing someone else say hits you hard. You're part of the eye. Peek is right. But right now, it feels more like a weakness than a strength. I have set up a data relay at Colden. It's neutral ground. Take the data and send it out to Heaven Age and the Flotilla. Once I receive it, it will come. And be sure of that. We'll meet them there. Take them through it all. No one could do a better job. They took a strand of hair behind her ear. Okay. Peek tentatively puts a hand on your shoulder. Jesus, what's with me and words lately? Thank you, Sleeper. I know this is hard, but we have to move forward. We can't keep this to ourselves anymore. They step back, looking thin and pale in the harsh station light. Don't talk to me once it's done. And they slip away into the eye. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god, we have things to do. Oh my god. I'm itchy. Where do I have to go again? Heaven Age, right? am I missing? What's scallop? What? Did I miss something? Am I a dingus? Really? Oh, there we go. Final episode. Once we send the data, final episode purge and final series of NVI will begin. Yeah, I'm done with everything, so yeah. Fucking do it. Oh boy. I am going to dislocate my jaw. With the data sent, the only thing to do is wait. As you do, you imagine Helene receiving the data, perhaps in the middle of some Heaven Age Council meeting. Think of her trembling hands as she slips out of the room to read it. Her reaction, you can't predict. Why dislocate? Because I'm yawning all the fucking time. It's going to drop off of my face if I keep yawning like that. You imagine Saul, too. One of his crew finding him in some corner of the Pilgrim's Seed, overseeing the modifications that will turn it into an ark. Those sharp eyes scanning the data, looking for a way to proceed. The way draws out, and to pass the time, you watch activity beyond the edge of the eye. The scrap shells pulling components from the now abandoned cord, and the supply skiffs making runs between the flotilla ships. It isn't long before you hear the chirping of one of Helene's now familiar drones approaching the viewing platform. Then Helene herself strides into the room. Where did you get this, Sleeper? Helene holds up a slate scrolling with streams of flux data as she enters. I need to know your source. A friend. You seem to have a friend, Sleeper. Helene raises an eyebrow. But I need this data authenticated. I can't just... She pauses and pushes her hair back out of her face. This is a lot to take in. A shadow protocol inside the flux? The systems can't start up? Another collapse of the eye? She rubs her forehead. If I bring this to the council, they'll... Turns away. I believe in you. do you know what has been happening with Heaven Age, Sleeper? She looks away out of the flotilla. Since the refugee ships started arriving, things have changed. It's chaos. No one can settle on a single issue. There is division at every vote, but in the division only one group prospers. The hardliners. Because as each councillor gets tired of the arguments, gets tired of the compromise, they become more and more attracted to the easy answers. The flotilla is to blame. The refugees are opportunists. The eye must be defended. She shakes her head. And now you're telling me they brought something to the eye that will cause a collapse? They didn't bring it. It doesn't matter, Sleeper. This is all the councilors here. Closes her eyes. A hand to her temple. Many of them already presume that the refugees are somehow to blame. Someone say refugees? Saul clanks into the docking bay, grinning at the situation. Speak of the devil as well, here I am! His suit hisses as he settles on his cane. Helene glances between the two of you, concerned if she has been drawn into some elaborate plan. Saul holds out a hand to her. Saul, he nods. I believe we have spoken remotely, while the cordon was still up. I send both of you the data. Saul laughs. Well, thank you. He raises an eyebrow. Evidence of our mutual inevitable destruction is not much of an olive branch, but I'll take it. I'm not half an age, Helene blurts out, then corrects herself. What I mean to say is no one person represents half an age. That's the idea. I did not support a cordon, and I did not support your quarantine. Sol nods. Well then, Sol glances at you. Anyone mind if I get myself up to speed here? He pauses. You get the feeling he isn't expecting an answer. 1. The flux events, the very same destabilizing waves that collapsed the colonies on the moons of Amber, have reached the station. He holds up a stubby finger. 2. According to data Sleeper provided, these events are acting as a cover for some kind of intrusive protocol, which is causing the real damage. Second finger joins the first. 3. The Shadow Protocol will do the very same thing it did to Amber's song. Step and quickly, short, it'll shut down everything keeping on this place alive. Third finger pops up. 4. This is my favorite. We have no idea who or what is doing this and why. Sol's final finger joins the other 3. Is that about the total of it all? There's also another flux of incoming. Oh, of course there is. Sol smiles thinly. Sounds, Helene pauses, searching for words. Intimidating. Helene turns to Sol. Did you manage to put any kind of resistance on Amber's hearth? Sol shakes his head. That's why we're here. Pilgrim Sea was the biggest ship to make it out unscathed. He pauses. I suppose we didn't have this data. We didn't know what it was eating up the system. We all thought it was the flux. Let me drink some water because I'm thirsty. I love water. Very unfortunate that it makes you piss though. Helene looks at you. And I imagine you, Sleeper, and whoever helped you uncover this might be able to figure out countermeasure? We can try. Helene nods approval. Okay, so that's the start of it. Discombobulated. You'll forgive me, Sol cuts in. Part of why I was able to shave us... to shave! Part of why I was able to save as many as I could on Amber's hearth was that I gave up on hope early. Sol shifts in weight, his suit hissing. There were endless strategy meets, system reboots, tests and trials, but I just got on with working on the Pilgrim Seed, and getting people on board. So when the second and the third and the rest of the Flux events hit, we're ready to go. So, if I can offer you some advice, Miss Not Have an Age, it is to give up on that line of thought you have, that hope. Start evacuation now. Right this cycle. Sol looks out on the observation deck towards the Pilgrim Seed. I've already started the process of converting the remaining volume of Pilgrim Seed for human habitation. We have enough resources, and I said we could finish the job with time to spare. Sol scratches his beard. I know it's hard and I know it's sudden, but we have to give up hope. We have to run. There will be no heroes here. Just those that keep living and those that don't. Dean listens in silence, making calculations. She looks at the bulk of the Pilgrim Seed, which, despite all its vastness, is dwarfed by the eyes as a whole. Something flickers in her eyes. She opens her mouth to speak. She stops, frozen. Let me think. Helene rubs her temple. I need a moment. Helene paces, and as you watch her, realize how young she is, and how lost she is in the system and protocols she has to navigate. You can almost see the strings and ties that bind her, glinting like webs in the wide space of the observation platform. We purge your Shadow Protocol. Helene stops pacing. But with what resources? Lydia sent me. This thing is a shadow, uncontrollable, untraceable. Perhaps with a full contingent of the Havanage System Department, but that would require hundreds of work orders to be overlooked. Maintenance schedules abandoned. She looks away. That for the council, would that even be possible? Glances at Sol, who's patiently watching, patiently listening. We have to try. Helene looks at the slate again. We'll take this to the council. Force them to listen. Force them to act. Both jump as someone loudly clears their throat nearby. Your eyes jump to the dark entry the way that Helene's emerges from the go. Whoa. Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this? Who is this? What a cozy little meeting this is. A man steps from the shadows, dressed in the same stellar habit of Rose as Helene. But I must say, that is some very incendiary authority you're using, Counselor Helene. You glance at Helene and her face drops immediately. Kemp! She curses under her breath. Solo shifts his weight on his cane, but otherwise remains still, like a casual observer. Holding against Havanage with an interloper, Kesha thought. Everyone will be so disappointed. Kemp smiles a bright smile. Some of the counselors had such high hopes for our youngest member. His smile drops. I, Moose, never let novelty distract from the importance of experience. Helene stares daggers at Kemp. Enough of your this petty shit, Kemp. You need to see this. She holds out her sleeve with an stretched arm. The games are over. No more point scoring. No more lobbying. You and your hardline isn't to stop. This is something real. Help. What the fuck is wrong with my reading abilities tonight? God, I'm EP. Kelp. His name is Kelp now. Kemp calmly takes a slate and pulls the screen, rolling through the flux data. His face betrays nothing. You see some complex calculation flicker in his sharp eyes. He gestures. Out of the shadows, two Havanage security officers appear. They do. Both you and Helene take a sharp breath in. They're carrying a long, boxy guns. Never seen anything like them on the eye. Lost XPR logos gleamed across along their barrels. These are Eshi's weapons, confiscated by Havanage in the smuggling operation gone wrong, and now put to use. Kemp holds up the slate, and one of the officers takes it and slips into a pocket on his vest. He smiles at Helene, then follows her eyes to where they're fixed on the matted black barrels of the officer weapon. The weapons were confiscated from the spacers. Helene looks at you. Friends! She narrows her eyes at Kemp. You can't do this! You can't use them! Kemp shrugs. Oh, you just handed me evidence that the flotilla has infected the station with a virus. The shuttle protocol that threatens the life of every Havanage member, every person on the eye, gives Helene a dark look. This is not the time for half measures. Helene steps forward without thinking. Immediately, the officers raise their guns. Very careful here, Helene. I don't think escalating this situation will play in your favor, Kemp sighs. You're in the wrong here. Plotting against the council, hoarding data vital to our work, it's all too obvious. We couldn't win power by Havanage systems. Our laws. So you resort to this. Kemp shakes his head. The law is with me. It's as simple as that. So now, you need to come with me. Shit. Sol shoots you a purposeful glance. That's the only moment you have. Oh shit, guys, what do we do, guys? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Y'all know which one I should pick? Which one should I pick? Do I run at the guy or run away from him? Shit. I don't know what to pick. Fuck it, we ball, attack him. You run. You rush camp. As you do, Saul twists one of his arms, snapping something on his suits. A burst of pressurized gas jets out, clouding the room in a choking cloud. Somehow, in the gray, your shoulder finds Kemp. He tumbles backwards, pulling you with him. Then something crackles blue through the gray, like lightning inside a cloud. The weapons. The fear takes over, and you stumble to your feet, running from that terrible cracking sound as it whips through the gas. You stumble into another body in the haze, and both of you tumble through a doorway. It is Saul, and you stumble and limp together, mindlessly through corridor after corridor, until the cracking sound is no longer echoing in your ears. You catch your breath together, Saul wrenching his suit back into shape and leaning heavily on his cane. I assume that wasn't part of the plan, Saul coughs. Sorry, some life to proceed to... I had a stroke. Certainly gave some life to proceedings, bro. You okay? Saul passes his suit, hand trembling. As okay as usual. He straightens up. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. None of this changes anything for me. Pilgrim Sea will be going in a handful of cycles, whether Havenage wants it or not. Abandon the eye. Saul raised an eyebrow. I seem to remember it was being abandoned not so long ago. Not sure the reverse applies. Saul puts a hand on your shoulder. There's a bird for you. For any you can gather a Sleeper. That much I owe you. And Helene? What is she made out of that? Saul gestured back down the corridor. I wouldn't hold out much hope of her coming around, Sleeper. She's too tied up in all this. I won't let her leave even if she wants to. He eyes you. Hell, I'd say the same about you. We have a habit of proving me wrong. Saul glances back down the corridor. Oh, I think we better clear out. I'm not sure this officer won't come looking. My crew will meet me at the edge of the cordon, so I'm good from here. Saul leans on his cane. Oh, and thank you, Sleeper, for sending the data. I appreciate the extra info. I'll see if I can help us shore the Pilgrim Seat against any future flux events. We'll be leaving as soon as we are able, if you want to help us get faster. You're welcome. It's your eye. We had you back on Eber's hearth, he pauses, suddenly losing his appetite for discussing the past. Well, he smiles. Just don't keep me waiting. And he leans himself down the corridor towards the edge of the cordon. You pause for a moment to let your thoughts catch up. Peek will want to hear all about this. It should be your first port of call. Oh my god, this is bad. Alright, we're gonna do that one last scene and I think I'm gonna end the stream there because I'm tired. As you enter the climbing briar, you immediately have to jump aside, as Eshi, lugging a massive crate across a cargo bay, pushes past you. Grunting an apology as she does. Stay silent. As you turn back to the bay, Peek pushes past you. Sorry, Sleeper, just a second. Peek rushes to catch up with Eshi. Put that down, please, Eshi! But she doesn't respond to their urging. You can't leave, not yet. Peek puts a hand on her shoulder. Please, I'm the only one in here who can't. The crate drops, the sound of its impact echoing around the bay like thunder. Can't do what, Peek? Her eyes are burning with anger. Save this place? Are you still that naive? We're running, Peek! We're running because this thing cannot be stopped. Couldn't be stopped at XPR, our home. Why would it stay to stop here? Because we can, Eshi. We can give these people a chance. Peek pleads with her. Like they gave the refugees a chance? She shakes her head. No, Peek. This is not on us. We're eliminated out of XPR. I worked for years to escape and now you want to throw it all away? I left everything behind. My mother, my friends, to take you out of that place. She clenches her jaw. She turns and slams her hand on the crate. Breathing hard. We go. That's the end of it. Peek turns away. You feel unsure what to do. But you know now is not the time for outside arguments. This is between them. Peek crosses the way back towards you. Sorry you had to see that, Sleeper. Let's talk upstairs. Peek leads you out to the entry ladder, taking you out of the bay and into the habitation of the ship. You follow them through the tight corridors, noticing the handwritten notes, the clutter, the repairs, the signs of a home. Here, sit. Peek gestured to the broad mess table with curved couches, and you slide in on one side. Peek sits opposite. You brush your hair out of their eyes and take a deep breath. So, how did it go? What did they say? And when you all cycle? Now about camp. Peek looks increasingly troubled as you tell them about the Hardline Council camp's sudden appearance, about the XPR and boss guns and the resulting chaos. Can't really know what happened to Helene. Peek is silent for a moment. Sorry, she's guns, right? The one she smuggled out of XPR on the ship? The one she didn't tell us about? Peek looks desperate. Yes. Peek's head droops. Is she? Peek whispers to himself. Peek takes a deep breath. Then we can be sure that Helene can help us at all. Kim has taken her, or the council looks on your meeting darkly. Peek nods softly. Then this is on us. What's on us? As she's standing quietly in the doorway listening. You know how long she's been there for? Peek looks up at her with tight eyes. Sleeper found the weapons you smuggled from XPR. As she freezes, she glances between you and Peek, so this might be some elaborate joke. Haven't they used them? As she moves out of the doorway and enters your room. What happened? Peek interrupts. The hardliners within the Havanage Council used them, Eshi. Against their own members. Eshi shakes her head. Good. Anyone in that corrupt mess knows what's coming to them, she grimaces. But they should never have laid their hands on those weapons. If I had known... He goes to speak, and then decides not to take the bait. Glance at you. I'm sure you've heard enough of us arguing this cycle, Sleeper. Peek shoots a look at Eshi. Our introduction of those weapons into the equation is just another reason why we cannot simply run away. Eshi looks away, but says nothing. She surely knows they cannot absolve themselves of responsibility here. What is motivating her? You realize that she still might be trying to protect Peek, even from themselves. Suddenly, a shrill beep fills the room, and Peek pulls out their slate to silence it. But as they do, they freeze, their finger hovering above the screen. The beeping continues its insistent pulse. What? Peek doesn't seem to hear you. They blink with glazed eyes at the slate. Then they lay down a long exhale and tap the screen. The bleeping shuts off, leaving a ringing silence behind. As she frowns at Peek. Wanting to explain? 12 cycles. Peek looks vacantly at you both. 12 cycles until the next flux event. They shake their head. I've been using the arrays on the Briar to look towards the center of the systems, to approximately where the can channel should be. At this moment, they detect a signal from the inner system. In the distance and pattern of previous flux events, we have 12 cycles before it reaches the eye. The silence in the room is deafening. 12 cycles. That's it. For a second wave, and it's in this place. Peek interrupts her thoughts. We start now. That's the end of it. Peek stands up to face Eshi. You want to take the Briar and run, Eshi? That's on you, but I won't do it. They take a deep breath. I'll be here, Sleeper. Every cycle it takes, try to find a solution. I'll need your help. Her eyes meet yours, and you see a wild desperation flickering here. We will find something. The sooner we have a plan, the better. Takes us 12 cycles to fix this? I'll be too late. Beak's eyes flash with determination. He reached for a slate as he passed to you. So, can keep in touch. Look at the faint handheld terminal. And Eshi? Beak starts, but she's gone. Storming down the corridors on the ship on a path to who knows where. You know from experience that it is impossible to outrun your fears, but you get a sense that Eshi will try anyway. Beak rubs the red eyes, staring out for Eshi. Maybe it'll take a moment before we start. Despite weakly, tears of exhaustion gathering in their eyes. See you back there soon, okay? And you slip from the room in the corridor. Beak quiet sobs somehow carrying through the quiet behind you as you leave. Jesus. Alright, we're gonna try to protect the eye, and I don't know how you're gonna do that. But we'll figure something out. Perhaps. So, we're gonna maybe do that next stream. And that might be the last, the next one might be the final stream of Citizen Sleeper. Holy shit. Oh boy. So, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Alright, thank you for watching. I stream every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday after 9 p.m. Central Europe time. And I should be able to stream Saturday, for some more Stardew Valley. I'm gonna see if there's someone I can raid. Silver! Silver is playing God of War. Alright, you go watch Silver. Alright, Twitch, hurry the fuck up. Adios!